Season after season, Nelly Korda did what she does better than almost anyone on earth. She smiled. She waved. She hoisted trophies and signed autographs and said all the right things to every microphone that found her face. And then, without warning, she stopped smiling. In one of the most honest interviews of her career, the world number one finally said the words she'd been carrying since the day her career nearly ended. She called it a weird sense of emptiness. And in that moment, every golf fan who had ever put her on a pedestal felt the ground shift beneath them. Because the secret she couldn't hide anymore wasn't about a swing. It wasn't about a coach or a contract or a rival. It was about what happens inside the person holding the trophy when everyone else is celebrating and she feels nothing. Stay with me, because this story ends in a way nobody expected. If you truly love golf, if this game has ever given you something to hold on to, if you've ever watched a putt drop and felt your heart leave your chest, then you belong here. This channel is for people like you, for people who know golf is never really about the score. So before we go deeper into Nelly's story, take a second. Hit that subscribe button. Become part of this golf family. Because the stories we tell here aren't just about birdies and trophies. They're about the people behind them. And this one is different. Let's start with what everyone knows. Olympic gold. World number one. 7 wins in a single season. 5 of them in a row, a streak women's golf hadn't seen in years. Her swing? Even PGA Tour players stopped to watch it. And she famously told them they should watch more women's golf. She was born into a family of champions. Her father a Grand Slam tennis star, her sister a winner on the LPGA. She made greatness look like breathing. And that was the problem. Because greatness this clean always hides something. To understand what she finally admitted, you have to go back to a quiet day in March 2022. No press conference. No drama. Just a short statement. Nelly Korda had been diagnosed with a blood clot in her left arm. Her season over, just like that. 1 week she was the best golfer on the planet. The next she was in a hospital, being told the thing in her arm could end everything. On the 8th of April, she went under the knife. Her message to the world was 3 words long. I recently underwent surgery. But here's what nobody talked about back then. The surgery was the easy part. What came after was a war nobody could see. Because every time she picked up a club, every tiny twitch in that left arm, her brain whispered the same question. Is it back? She came back faster than anyone expected. At the U.S. Women's Open, no less. She smiled. She waved. She hit the ball like nothing had ever happened. But champions know the truth. The scar heals on the outside first. And this is where everything changed. Because she kept winning. 2024 was the year the world finally understood who Nelly Korda was. 5 wins in a row, including the season's first major. Trophy after trophy after trophy. And with every trophy, the weight got heavier. She said it herself, over and over. Pressure is a privilege. It's her favorite saying. But privilege, she learned, has a price nobody puts on the receipt. Wait till you hear what happened next. Because in one of the most revealing interviews of her career, Nelly Korda said the words that stopped the golf world cold. After the cameras stop, after the trophy ceremony, after the confetti is swept away, she described what she feels in the quiet moments, and she called it a weird sense of emptiness. Think about that. The best player in the world, standing somewhere quiet with another trophy she'd just won, feeling empty. That was the secret. That was the thing she couldn't hide anymore. Everyone else saw invincibility. She saw a girl who'd almost lost her career, carrying the fear of it ever since. But the hardest confession was still coming. Because 2025 tested her in ways the stats will never show. She won the first 2 majors of the year, the Chevron, the U.S. Women's Open. And yet, that summer, she missed a cut. She pulled out of a team event with an injury. And the whispers started. Is she fading? Was 2024 a fluke? The same people who'd called her unbeatable now sharpened their knives. And she felt all of it. She felt the doubt of the fans, the questions of the press, and, loudest of all, her own. And then came the moment that changed the story again. January of this year. The Hilton Grand Vacations Tournament of Champions. A tournament shortened to 54 holes by weather. She played like the Nelly of old, blew the field away, walked off with yet another trophy. And her first words to the cameras? Not about the win, Listen to this. That was a hard weekend, honestly. Having that big of a lead is not easy. It's definitely one of the hardest things I've had to do mentally. That's the part nobody talks about. The part where the world's best player admits that winning with a big lead is harder than chasing from behind. That holding the throne is scarier than fighting for it. Because when you're chasing, you have nothing to lose. When you're leading, everyone is waiting for you to fall. And she finally said it out loud. So here's what the secret actually is. It was never scandal. It was never a rival or a coach or a swing change. The secret Nelly Korda couldn't hide anymore is that she's human. She feels the fear of the blood clot that nearly ended her career. She feels the emptiness in the quiet hours after the victories. She feels the weight of every expectation, every ranking, every little girl watching her and thinking, I want to be her. And for years, she smiled through all of it, because that's what champions are supposed to do. This is why stories like this matter. Because we don't watch Nelly Korda to see perfection. We watch her because she shows us that greatness and brokenness can live in the same heart. And that admitting it doesn't make you weak. It makes you real. She broke her silence so that every golfer out there, from the weekend hacker to the future major champion, knows it's okay to feel the weight. That pressure doesn't mean you're failing. That even the #1 player in the world has days when the trophy feels heavier than the swing. So, I want to ask you something, and I want you to be honest in the comments. What do you think is harder, chasing greatness or protecting it once you've got it? Tell me your story, because this golf family is built on conversations like this one. And if this video meant something to you, subscribe, ring the bell, stay with us, because the next time Nelly Korda steps onto that first tee, you'll watch her differently. You'll see the scar, you'll hear the silence, and you'll understand the strongest player in the world was never the one who never broke. She's the one who finally stopped